Okay, let's go over to the answers to the practice problems with the intro to slope-intercept form, right? At the top, it's just matching the definition. So again, we want to give you the word bank there, and we want to just make sure that we know, again, that M needs to be in your head every time you see it now. M is going to be slope, right? B is going to be y-intercept, always. If you see any other M's or B's in Algebra 1, you should think that, right? Slope is your rate of change, but it's also known as rise over run, right? How many we go up versus how many go over. And then slope intercept form, of course, is y equals mx plus b, right? Put the y, the m, the x, the b all together, and that's what we get. Right, so those are your answers. It should have been slope, y-intercept, rise over run, y equals mx plus b, right? Obviously you had the word bank there. Help you understand. The first one, I don't need to write these down. Y equals negative 3x plus 7, and they ask you for the slope. So in that case, it would just be negative 3. 2, y equals negative 3, or negative 2 over 3x minus 6. They ask you for the slope, the m. That is negative 2 over 3, right? Make sure you don't put the x with it. The x is by itself. The x represents the x coordinate, not the slope. So don't put the x. 3, y equals negative 5 over 6x plus 2, and they ask you for b, or the y-intercept, so that would be 2. You go down to section 3. The y-intercept of y equals negative 3 over 4x plus 2, or they ask you for the slope, sorry. So slope of that would be negative 3 over 4. Y-intercept of y equals negative 5 over 2x minus 7. The y-intercept there is negative 7. Make sure you have negative 7. Right? The y-intercept of y equals negative 2x plus 3. That would be 3. And the slope of y equals 4x minus 2. That would be 4. Okay? When you go to write an equation that has a slope of negative 2, so y equals negative 2x, and a y-intercept of 9, so that would be plus 9. Go to write an equation where they have a slope of 2 over 7, a weird one, but we like fractions with slope, and a y-intercept of negative 2. So you can put plus negative 2 or minus 2, those are the same thing there. Okay. Those 4 in the middle, y equals 1/4 x minus 9. They ask you for the slope, the m, that's 1 over 4. 5, y equals 7x minus 8. They ask you for the y-intercept, that's negative 8. Make sure you have negative. 6, y equals 1 over 5x plus 3. They ask you for the y-intercept, or the b. That one is also 3. Okay, now the last one's at the bottom here. We're going to do slope, y-intercept. I'm going to put them together for an equation. All right, I'm going to put them together for an equation. So if I have this first graph, which if you notice is a very, very simple one, right? The slope of this, you can see every point is on the corner here, so you don't have to go up 1 and over 1. So you have a slope of 1 over 1 or 1, right? Depends on what you want to write. You also have a y-intercept of 1, because the first point is right there at 0, 1. So your equation could be y equals 1 over 1. You could do it 3 different ways. 1 over 1x plus 1. You could reduce the 1 over 1 to just 1x, or you could drop that first one and just put x plus 1. The best, most serious answer is probably the last one, but they're all equally correct. Okay? That's the first one there. Second one, start at negative 2. And you can start to see how that line forms. So you have a slope to get from here to, I think the next point is on that corner. You have to go up 1, so that's a rise of 1, and over 2, so that's a run of 2, which means that this is your slope, 1 over 2. We started at the y-intercept of negative 2, so the y-intercept of this is negative 2. Put that together, y equals mx plus b. and you get y equals 1/2 x minus 2 or plus -2, which either way makes you happy. Y equals 1/2 x plus -2 or y equals 1/2 x minus 2. I like the plus negatives because I don't like subtraction that much. I think it just makes us a little more confused sometimes. The last one here, graph looks something like that, where you have a slope. From this point you have to go down 2, so that's -2 on its rise, and over 1. So your slope is -2 over 1 or just -2. You have a y-intercept of 1 this time, so you put this together, y equals -2x plus 1. You don't need that 1 on the bottom unless you really, really like to write it, but that's fine either way, okay? Next time I will give you this and you will put it on the graph. Look forward to that.